It's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
There he is. Simon Riley.
There's no picture.
Never.
Simon Ghost Riley. Ever since the launch of Modern Warfare 2019, there has been rumors and theories as to who Ghost actually is. Now, the main theory, and the one that we covered on this channel, is the idea that Simon Riley is actually Alex from the main campaign of Modern Warfare. Well, now that Ghost is finally in the game, I feel comfortable finally saying who I think Ghost actually is. Who is his true identity and why? This is going to be the final verdict. This is going to answer who is Ghost. And just real quickly before I answer that question, I just wanted to let you guys know that tonight, as this video goes live, I am going to be live streaming over on Twitch. It'll be the first link down in the description, and I am going to have drops enabled, which means just by watching my stream, you can actually earn in-game items in Modern Warfare. So if you want to check that out, first link down in the description, and hopefully I see you there. But back to the question, who is Ghost? The original theory upon the launch of Modern Warfare that many people, including myself, made videos about was that Alex was Simon Ghost Riley. And to understand the rest of this video, you have to first understand the basics of why people believed Alex to be Ghost. The first thing you have to understand for this entire video to make any sense whatsoever is that the original 3 Modern Warfares and Modern Warfare 2019 are on a completely separate timeline. We know this because Modern Warfare 2019 takes place in, well, 2019, whereas Call of Duty 4 takes place in 2007 and 2008. Yet in Modern Warfare 2019, Price is still only 36 years old. This means the timelines do not add up whatsoever, and that Modern Warfare 2019 has to be either in a different universe, a different timeline, than the rest of the Modern Warfare series. Now, the theory began with the mystery of the end of the campaign. At the very end of the campaign, Kate Laswell and Captain Price are having a conversation about putting together a new Task Force 141. And when going through the various soldiers after listing off Kyle Garrick, aka Gaz, and Soap McTavish, the last soldier he talks about is Simon Riley, a soldier with no picture, and he likes to keep it that way, as it appears.
There he is. Simon Riley.
There's no picture.
Never.
Now, there were 3 main reasons that I'm going to go over as quickly as possible here, why people thought, and why I even thought, that Alex was Simon Riley. The first of which is the ending of the game. So in the end of the game, they're storming Roman Barkov's gas facility, and the plan is to plant some explosives and then remotely detonate them. Unfortunately, as they go in, a juggernaut pops out of a door and breaks the remote detonator. Alex decides that he's going to sacrifice himself to blow up the facility and destroy Roman Barkov's compound.
Go.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck.
And then at the very end of the game, after Farah kicks the crap out of Roman Barkov, we get to see the last scene where we hear Alex.
What's the status?
Captain, Barkov is dead.
Roger that. Alex, charges set?
Affirmative, sir.
Alex,
I'm not getting out of here. Let's do this.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All clear, Captain.
Roger. All stations on my mark. 3, 2.
And as we all know, in a video game, movie, TV show, when a main character dies, but you don't actually see them die, they're probably not dead. Now, if you didn't already know this, I've made a couple of videos on this, but Ghost's backstory back in the original trilogy revolved around a set of 6 comics that came out before the launch of Modern Warfare 2. In these comics, we find out the entire origin story of Ghost, and as it turns out, there are a lot of parallels to Alex in Modern Warfare 2019. One, they both worked for the CIA. I know a lot of people say that Ghost was with the SAS, and that is true, but at the time of these comics, he was actually doing a joint operation with the CIA. And on top of that, their origin story, if Alex was Ghost, would be nearly identical. In the Ghost comics, he blows up a building, escapes, faking his death, and then puts on the Ghost mask to hide his identity. What does Alex do? He blows himself up, appearingly fakes his death, and then potentially puts on a ghost mask and becomes someone else. And even earlier in the campaign, there is a little bit of foreshadowing where he talks about essentially faking his death and going undercover.
What happens when the CIA goes to sleep?
What?
They go undercover.
Not bad.
Probably better in English.
You told it in English.
So why would Alex want to fake his death? Well, it leads us to our next point, his history with the CIA. At the end of the game, we find out that Alex is not happy with working for the CIA. He is sick of taking orders and doing things he doesn't believe in. We find out in a little monologue at the end of the game while he's talking to Farah.
I've been an assignment my whole life. This is what I believe in. Give me the order.
On top of that, in the middle of the game, he actually goes rogue and decides to go off with Farah and essentially becomes a war criminal to the CIA.
I'm tired of being told who my friends are.
Alex, don't.
I'm going back to Urzikstan, staying with Father's army.
What you're doing is illegal.
I'm pretty sure everything we do is illegal.
Only the good stuff.
And then the final piece of evidence we have is Task Force 141. This one is super simple. Throughout the entire campaign, Alex is the only soldier other than Captain Price that is seen wearing a Task Force 141 logo. And when the 141 is brought up at the very end of the campaign, Alex is not mentioned, but Simon Riley is. So as you can see, it just all kind of fit, and that is why the theory of Alex being Ghost came to be. And now that Ghost is actually in the game, if you read his bio, it actually fits with Alex's backstory. It says, an expert in clandestine tradecraft, sabotage, and infiltration. He lives with a redacted past and an undercover present, marked by concealed appearance to hide his identity and maintain anonymity in the field. It perfectly matches with Alex's story. But to answer the question, is Alex Ghost? Well, now that Ghost is actually in the game, we can answer that question. The first thing that I looked at, and it's very simple, is eye color. As you can very clearly see in different circumstances throughout the game and different lighting, Alex very clearly has some beautiful blue eyes. And after getting lost in them for a little bit, I then went into a custom game and had a look at Ghost eyes, once again in different lighting, and it was very, very clear Ghost has brown eyes. So he could be wearing colored contacts, so we need more evidence than that. The next big thing you're going to notice right away is that Alex has a full sleeve on both his left and right arm, whereas Ghost has a full sleeve on only his left arm. So now if you're getting really nitpicky, you could say, oh, well, maybe Ghost had his right arm tattoos removed, or maybe he is covering them up. So then I went and compared the left arm tattoos of Ghost to the left arm tattoos of Alex. As it turns out, they are different. So as you can see on Alex's left arm, he has some sort of skull that turns into an American flag that looks like it's burned or torn. Whereas when we look at Ghost's arm, that is not at all what his tattoo looks like. And it wouldn't make any sense for someone from the UK to have an American flag as a tattoo on their left arm. So the tattoos don't match. The eyes don't match. I think you're beginning to see what I'm seeing. Alex is not Ghost. Ghost is simply Simon Riley. There's nothing special to it. But here's where things get weird. In the campaign, when you're playing as Alex, sometimes when you pull out a larger weapon like an LMG, you can see the inside of his sleeve tattoo on his left arm. And on this tattoo, you can see a skull or a ghost mask. Well, guess what? On the inside of Ghost's left arm, there is a tattoo of a skull or a ghost mask that is nearly identical to the tattoo that Alex has. Now, I'm not saying that this means they're the same character. I'm just saying that this means they have the same tattoo. The question is, why? Well, here's something interesting. Ghost isn't the only character wearing a ghost mask. As we know, Mace, a character who you cannot fully unlock yet, also is wearing a ghost mask. Not an identical ghost mask, but a ghost mask nonetheless. But guess what? Mace is also not the only character we have seen wearing a ghost mask. In fact, in the original video that they put out for Nikto on Instagram, we see a bunch of things showing off who Nikto is, but in reflection, we see Nikto in his mask, but with a ghost face painted on it. So here's the question. Why? Well, recently on Twitter, Joel Emsley, the leading art director at Infinity Ward, got asked why there are multiple soldiers wearing ghost masks, and he responded, not just anyone can wear that type of mask. Well, we've seen this before. Not in a Modern Warfare game, not in Modern Warfare 2 or 3, but in Ghost, Call of Duty Ghost, which was also an Infinity Ward game. A bunch of soldiers who hide their face to go and protect us all was the main slogan of Call of Duty Ghosts. Well, what we're seeing in Modern Warfare is a bunch of soldiers who are apparently wearing ghost masks to go and protect us all. Could Modern Warfare 2019 somehow be tied into the story of Call of Duty Ghost? This would also explain why they never showed the death of Alex. He's not Simon Ghost Riley. He is going to be another one of these ghost soldiers who hides his face because he's hiding from the CIA and his past. This would make a lot of sense. And it would explain why all of us thought that he was Ghost. He's not Simon Ghost Riley. He is a ghost. And it would also explain why we never saw him die at the end of the Modern Warfare campaign. But this is a whole nother story for a whole nother day. If that's something you'd like to see me explore deeper, all you gotta do to show me is simply hit that like button. It shows me you enjoyed these types of videos and you'd like to see me continue this story in the future. Also, let me know down in the comments what you think about everything we talked about today. Alex's identity, do you think he's dead? Let me know what you think down in the comments. And of course, if you like what you see and want to stay up to date on all my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn notifications on. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, guys, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I want